You want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about sports in the state of Michigan? You've got the truth, all right. Can you handle the truth? Find out right now on the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast, the show that detects and provides truth, research, and statistics about the Tigers, Lions, Red Wings, Pistons, Wolverines, and Spartans. Subscribe to its YouTube channel at the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast and listen to it in audio form wherever you get your podcasts. Follow it on X, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Michigan_Truth, and like its Facebook page and follow it on Patreon at patreon.com/Michigan Sports Truth. Also check out our website, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast.code80x.me, and donate to the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast for Autism on GoFundMe and know the truth. Wow. Good Friday. Happy Easter indeed. I'm Taylor Phillips, the toughest Michigan sports truth detective in the state. And welcome to another episode of the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. This podcast consists of hard criticism, hard stories, hard commentary, interesting stats, and the reality about all sports teams in the state of Michigan. If fans can't handle it, they will be doomed to know. Tonight's topics, this episode's topics, are Rod Wood speaking on Frank Ragnow's signing bonus, extension talks between the Tigers and McGonigle, and between the Pistons and Jalen Duren. The Pistons clinching the number one seed in the East. Jalen Duren extension talks. Cade Cunningham update. Well, I already mentioned during this. Cade Cunningham, the Pistons' new TV network, Jay Nivey, and a rumor about Red Wings general manager Steve Yzerman, while the Red Wings continue to falter in the NHL Eastern Conference standings, and Michigan cruising to the national championship by beating Arizona 91-73. But first off, what's not allowed on the show: touchy-feely comments, whining, conspiracies, homerism, overreactions, sensitivity, unfunny humor, bullying, harassment, curse talk, naive arguments, and propaganda. And this podcast is hosted by someone who has autism, which is me, and is not for entertainment purposes, but rather for educational purposes. The views expressed by the audience, let alone fans, do not reflect the truth and reality about our teams. So let's get to them, shall we? Let's get to those topics. Lions president and CEO Rod Wood explains the Frank Ragnow signing bonus repayment and mentions Barry Sanders. So I thought Frank Ragnow retired. I thought Rod Wood retired already. But it says right here, he's still the CEO and president. But really, anyway, Ragnow retired already, but Rod Wood compared Ragnow's signing bonus, Ragnow's retirement and signing bonus repayment, and in Ragnow's signing bonus situation, to when Barry Sanders retired a long time ago, and it was ordered to pay back his signing bonus in the past. And here's the quote right here, a few paragraphs down in this article from ESPN, written by Eric Woodyard. It says, Rod told the Free Press, quote, our precedent goes all the way back to Barry Sanders. And if Barry Sanders paid back money, and I think the reality is they're not paying back their money, they're returning our money because they were paid in advance for services that they hadn't completed, unquote. So this could actually be this would be Rod Wood's only de facto legitimate argument. Alex Anzalone, quoted on X, formerly known as Twitter, he posted, quote, played through fractured throat, 1 week post meniscus cleanup with stitches barely out, inoperable, unrepairable, toe, etc. Hey, let me get that prorated signing bonus back, quote unquote, unquote. Anzalone wrote with crying emojis, do, and quoted business as business is being done, unquote. And then former Eagles center, he's retired, Jason Kelce, also called out the Lions in a lengthy X post, calling it a bullshit demand by the organization. And Kelce said the purpose of a signing bonus is to be an upfront guarantee that ensures a salary regardless of performance metrics, quote, or mostly importantly injuries that could compromise your career in the future, unquote. Kelce wrote, quote, so while I get the team has a right to ask for money back in the spirit of the agreement, I think it's bullshit. Frank Ragnow is being asked to return money. This was clearly a player that the game had physically taken its toll on, and his body was clearly no longer holding up to the rigors of the NFL. It wasn't just some player deciding he didn't want to play anymore. It wasn't that simple, and these signing bonuses are there to protect players from the inevitable injuries they incur on the field, unquote. And Kelce's 100% right. So Rod Wood compared Ragnow's signing bonus repayment and retirement to when Barry Sanders' retirement and was ordered to pay back his signing bonus in the past. Rod Wood not only is a terrible CEO and president of an NFL franchise in Detroit, but he's also a terrible human being for saying stuff like that. Rod Wood should have retired earlier, either that or he should have been fired for his screw job on Barry Sanders a long time ago. And now he's trying to screw over Frank Ragnow. Rod Wood needs to be stopped. Seriously. I mean, he really should. Rod Wood is a pathetic human being, let alone CEO and president of our Detroit Lions. That is triggering. That's just bullshit indeed. As Jason Kelce would state it on X, it is bullshit. So fuck Rod Wood, of course. Hope karma bites him in the ass in the future down the road. And the Lions are pondering moving offensive tackle Penei Sewell to left tackle, which I'm sure he'll be fine there. So that's the Lions lowdown. On to the Tigers Tribune. The Tigers and rookie infielder Kevin McGonigle were having discussions about a contract extension. And of course, Kevin McGonigle, yeah, he's earned it. Kevin McGonigle, his numbers have been up big time as the Tigers improved to 4-4, beating the Cardinals twice. First in their home opener on Friday, 4-0, and then 11-6 in a game that was called/stopped due to rain in the top of the ninth inning with 1 out and nobody on base. McGonigle's hitting 10 for 30, 333 average, 912 OPS, which is really good. Yeah, McGonigle keeps getting on base. He's delivering the runs scored 5, runs batted in 5. He's doing a very good job at the plate, and he's doing a very good job at third base, especially. He's listed as a shortstop, but he's been playing third base as well, mostly playing third base throughout the first 8 games in the major league level this season as a Detroit Tiger. So, yeah, Kevin McGonigle, he's going to continue to roll here. Again, 333 average, 912 OPS, 10 for 30. These are good stats right there. So, on to the Justin Verlander stuff. Verlander's on the 15-day injured list with a left hip inflammation. He's 43 years old. Okay, he's already aging. I think he should have retired before the Tigers even brought him back in the first place. So, not much else to say about that. Now, for another edition of As the Wing Wheel Turns, a rumor from NHLTradeRumors.me is reporting that Red Wings Executive Vice President and General Manager Steve Yzerman, who else, might step back if the team misses the playoffs yet again, and Assistant General Manager Chris Draper might be promoted to the head general manager position if Yzerman steps down. So, wow. It just hasn't been working out for him. The Red Wings have some talent, but not quite enough to make it. Plus, they don't have the toughness or the heart to finish strong, or the endurance to finish strong down the stretch in the later months of the NHL regular season. They need to get tougher and finish stronger. They need to have and show it to us. That's on the team itself. Like I mentioned several times before, including on my last episode, it's not about the month of March. It's not about the jerseys. It's not about the priority patches. None of that shit, okay? There's still fans commenting on that. Fuck them. And that's part of how weak this fan base is, this Red Wings fan base is. It really is. So as we take a look at the standings, as the Red Wings beat the Flyers 4-2 in Philadelphia, but they lose to the Rangers 4-1 in New York at Madison Square Garden. Perreault with 2 goals. Yeah, Perreault with a hat trick. Holy cow. Wow. Anyway, take a look at the NHL Eastern Conference standings. Still a 4-way tie in points with 88. The Ottawa Senators hold the tiebreaker. But I believe they had had Saturday off. So the Philadelphia Flyers won Friday night. So they must have had Saturday off as well. So they stay put. But the Wings are a spot ahead of the Flyers in the 4-way tiebreaker. The Columbus Blue Jackets. Let's take a look at them. They lost in regulation at home to the Winnipeg Jets 2-1. The Boston Bruins are 6 points ahead of all the Senators, Red Wings, Flyers, and Blue Jackets. The Washington Capitals are surging and they're hungry. 87 points. Take a look at them. They just crushed the Buffalo Sabres 6-2. It's a topsy-turvy race for playoff spots in the Eastern Conference, in the NHL's Eastern Conference standings, Eastern Conference playoff scenarios. So, lots going on, so much at stake, this and that, etc. But the Red Wings have to get tough. There's still time left. It's still not over, but they have to get tough. They have to get smart. They have to be more aggressive. They need to finish a lot stronger than that. They can't just afford to lose games badly to a low ball team in the New York Rangers. The New York Rangers already eliminated and they're last place in the Eastern Conference, and the Red Wings lose by 3 to them on the road. What the fuck is that about? Oh, God almighty. They're still in it, but their goal differential is -8. But still, it's not over. It really isn't. But they need to pick everything up and start getting tougher and start finishing stronger than that. They need to play a lot better than in the month of March, most importantly. That's on the Red Wings. And they need to finish strong in the month of April as well. That's on them. So, yeah, everything is on the Red Wings. As of right now, time's running out. The clock is ticking. So that's another edition of As the Wind Wheel Turns. Now to the Pistons Post. The Pistons, unsurprisingly, clinched the Central Division for the first time since 2028, and now they clinched the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference for the first time since 2007. They clinched the Central Division for the first time since 2008, and now they clinched the 1 seed, unsurprisingly, for the first time since 2007 by clobbering the Philadelphia 76ers 116-93. Yeah, that's just the Pistons are just too good. They really are. I still have to show it to them. Pistons, yep, 57-21. Wow. Yep, 116-93. That was just tonight. 57-21. They yeah, where's the E? Clinch the Eastern Conference, yeah. So that's all there needs to be seen right there. So yeah. Now Cade Cunningham, his collapsed lung is getting better. It's improving. It's getting healthier, and he'll be reevaluated in 1 week. And then a Pistons Post rumor, the Pistons are expected to sign center Jalen Duren to a 5-year extension worth over $210 million. Wow. And if Duren makes the all NBA team, if Duren makes the all NBA team, he'll make $288 million at maximum. Cowabunga, hokey smokes, Bullwinkle. Wowzers. Duren's earned it. Duren has already earned it. I think he's going to earn that all NBA team spot. Let's get that right. And Duren's only 22 years old, but he's already a beast. He's already evolving very, very quickly as a center, and he's improving in free throw shooting too. Not quite perfect, but he's improving fastly at the stripe, particularly, and in the and at the baseline near the rim. He's just a beast. Wow. Jalen Duren is our center, is our number one center. So there's that. In other news, former Piston guard Jay Nivey was waived by the Bulls for his anti-LGBTQ remarks on social media, which is part of why the Pistons won their Jay Nivey trade for Kevin Huerter, who is also developing in points. But we'll get to Huerter in just a minute. Ivy posted on Instagram calling out the NBA for promoting Pride Month, saying it celebrates unrighteousness. What unrighteousness is Jay Nivey talking about? It doesn't. Jay Nivey does not even explain it, and he's just disrespecting Pride Month. It's not unrighteousness. Pride Month is righteousness. They definitely don't proclaim unrighteousness on the billboards because it doesn't even say thank you very much. It doesn't even say it. Thank you very much. It doesn't even read it. So not much else to read in this article. So this is just the meat of the matter. Now let's get to Kevin Huerter, shall we? Wow. Man, oh man, oh man. Kevin Huerter. Just 5 points in 25-13 off the bench, but Huerter has been contributing 10.0 points per game. That's not bad. That's not terrible. That's good. And Kevin Huerter has been nailing threes as well. 3-pointers. Holy cow. 66.7%. 2 or 3 from 3. He's averaging like 45, around 45% shooting from 3-point range. Yeah, just a rough night. 1 for 6, 16%. But I believe Kevin Huerter has been contributing mostly from 3-point range as a Piston. And that's why that's how Huerter has been an X factor for this team. One of the X factors for this Pistons team, stepping up along with Dennis Jenkins, even Marcus Sasser, even Ron Holland, who has been struggling as of late. But they've been stepping up for the injured Cade Cunningham and the injured Isaiah Stewart with his left calf strain. Everybody has been stepping up, and that's why. And they've been playing as a team, as a destructive team, and that's why the Pistons have unsurprisingly clinched that number 1 seed. What else is there to say? The Pistons, when they get Cade Cunningham and Isaiah Stewart back for the playoffs, they'll just be an entire force to be reckoned with in the entire NBA. Look out, Oklahoma City Thunder. So in more other news, the Pistons and Red Wings, among many other NBA and NHL teams, are told Main Street Sports Group, which owns FanDuel Sports Network, will cease operations at the end of their seasons. Now, we're already aware that the Red Wings are moving to the new Detroit Sports Net to join the Tigers next season. The big question is which channel or regional sports TV network the Pistons will move to, since the Pistons are no longer on FanDuel Sports Network Detroit after their season's done. We'll have to wait and find out in due time. I can't even guess. I just cannot wait. I really can't. Now the Wolverines World Beat March Madness edition. Now the make that the Final Four edition, if you will. Let me fix this here. There we go. The Wolverines World Beat Final Four edition. The Michigan Wolverines beat the Arizona Wildcats 91-73 to move on to the national championship game against the UConn Connecticut Huskies Monday at 8:30 on CBS. So let's see. Let's take a look at this here. I'm going to turn on the screen here first before I forget. Yaxel Lendenborg temporarily left the game with ankle and knee injuries, but he came back 11 points in 14 minutes. But a lot of people have stepped up. Ade Mara, 26 points. Trey McKinney off the bench, 16 points. Ronnie Gale Jr. with 9. Elliot Cadeau with 13. Morris Johnson Jr. with 10. Elliot Cadeau also with 10 assists. No Wolverine player in double figures in rebounds, but Ade Mara, 9 rebounds. They'll need him to step up in the rebounding category even more when the Wolverines play the UConn Huskies Monday at 8:30 for the national championship. But the Wolverines led by as many as about 30 points. Holy cow. Team stats, largest lead. 30, yep. They've been dominating the entire NCAA tournament. They really have. The Wolverines have been routing each and every single opponent in the entire tournament. Howard, St. Louis, Alabama, Tennessee, and now Arizona. Could UConn be next? Who knows? Wow. So let's take a look at that matchup. Here as I turn on the share screen, like the screen sharing mechanism again. Michigan is a 7.5-point favorite against UConn. Wow. Michigan is 36-3. UConn is 34-5. UConn's a 2 seed in their region. Michigan is the number one seed in the Midwest. UConn's 2 seed in the East. So some players to watch for. Terrace Reed Jr., 14.7 points per game and 8.8 rebounds per game. Look out for Silas Demary Jr. as well, 5.9 assists. Good facilitator compared to Elliot Cadeau, who's also a good facilitator. So Morris Johnson Jr. and Ade Mara are much needed, especially in the rebounding category, while Yaxel Lendenborg will have a little extra time to heal up, a day of rest before the game for all the marbles, the whole kit and caboodle. Michigan has the advantage, has the edge in most of those categories. Points, let's see, field goal percentage, rebounds, assists. That's a very slight edge, very close. Blocks. But UConn only has the edge in a couple categories: points against and steals. So Michigan has, the only thing that Michigan has to work on is taking better care of the basketball. Be very smart with the basketball, please. And just keep on scoring like they usually do. So, and they'll be fine. They'll win it all. So that's it. That's the Wolverines men's basketball World Beat Final Four edition. Now for another hard story. In the Spartans Span men's basketball edition, Michigan State Spartans men's basketball head coach Tom Izzo was considering a head coaching position in the past with the NBA's Phoenix Suns, but he declined that. He also considered playing for or head coaching for other teams, including the Atlanta Hawks and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the past, but he turned them down. So it's just, he was just discussing something on the Dan Patrick show on the radio. He said, quote, "I was a lot younger, but I have had more than a couple of job offers in the NBA and looked at one last year with Phoenix." Yeah, just last year. And Izzo was 71 years old. Wow. Izzo was, and his Spartans haven't even reached the Final Four since 2014, I think. I still think Tom Izzo needs to hang it up. He was pondering retirement after his team's loss to the UConn Huskies. And if Izzo needs to retire, he should just do it. It's pretty simple. No effing around there. So what did we learn? Lions president and CEO Rod Wood wanted Barry Sanders and Frank Ragnow in his entire tenure as Lions president to repay him and the organization for their signing bonuses, which is sickening. Kevin McGonigle and Jalen Duren are earning their forthcoming contract extensions. Steve Yzerman finally learned it hasn't worked out for him with the Red Wings as of right now as their general manager, but they're not out of the hunt yet. This race is still a four-way tie in points. As I showed you on my shared screen, the Pistons, of course, they're too good, but they're going to move to a new TV sports network aside from what's on the court. The Wolverines keep on routing their every single opponent in the NCAA tournament, and Tom Izzo, regardless of his turning down NBA head coaching offers, he should just retire. It's time for him to go. So that's everything we've learned, and that's another episode of the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. I'm Taylor Phillips. Subscribe to its YouTube channel at the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. Like its videos and turn on all notifications on the bell icon. Click or tap on live to find its latest full episodes and check out its shorts videos and check out its posts as well. Also watch it live and follow it on Twitch at Michigan Sports Truth. Listen to it in audio form on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music /Audible, Castbox, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, and Dio7. Also join its supporters club on Spreaker, just $2 a month. And on social media, follow the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast on X, Instagram, Threads, and TikTok at Michigan_Truth, and on Reddit at u/Michigan_Truth. Also like his Facebook page, facebook.com/Michigan Sports Truth, and on Patreon, patreon.com/Michigan Sports Truth. The show's website, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast.code80x.me. And finally, donate to the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast for Autism on GoFundMe. The goal is $2,400. Until the next episode, stay on the lookout and just understand that I observe and detect the truth about Michigan sports in the state of Michigan because the truth is out there. Ta-ta, hit him with a hind, power to the people, Baba Booey to y'all. High-speed internet service provided by Cherry Capital Communications in Elk Rapids. Visual wardrobe prompts provided by Creative Embroidery of Cadillac. Statewide business endorsements go to Fox Motors, Michigan Rustic Properties, Grand Traverse Pie Company, J&H Family Stores, Positive Chimney and Fireplace, Farm Bureau Insurance, Michigan's Adventure, Alpine Chocolate House in Manistee, Boyne City, Gaylord, Plymouth, and Sault Ste. Marie, Hudsonville Ice Cream, Grandpa's Mini Donuts, Rally House Michigan and Rally House Detroit, Tom's Food Markets, Beacon and Bridge, Fago Soda, Detroit Wing Company, Simply Delightful, JR's All-Star Haircuts for Men, Tropical Touch Spa, Main Street Rocks, G's Pizzeria, Wesco, 7 Brew Coffee, Gardner White Furniture, and BC Pizza. Metro Detroit area business endorsements go to the Annex Detroit Nightclub and its Annex Angels, Stepping Stone Wellness Center in Plymouth, Play Sports Club Detroit, Buscemi's Party Shop in Waterford Township, the Vanguard Hotel in Ann Arbor, Realtors Kevin S. Bentley and Lindsay Gorman, Sean O'Callaghan's Public House in Plymouth, Gino Surf, Avenue American Bistro, Mochi Nut Donut and Boba, Osprey Detroit, Peak Exterior Care, the Edo Ramen House in Southfield, the Great Lakes Crossing Mall in Auburn Hills, Empire of Detroit, Modern 7 Bistro, Northville Sports Den, the Union Barber Shop in Birmingham and Ferndale, United Mobile Power Wash and Dry Ice Works in Southfield, Frothy Girl in Ortonville, Spot Truck in Dearborn and Detroit, Athletico Physical Therapy on Woodward Street in Ferndale, Detroit Pizza Company, The Blind Owl in Royal Oak, Brass Rail Detroit. Cali Tickets, call 877-225-8425 or visit CaliTickets.com. Reliance Pressure Washing, The Jagged Fork, Goodman Acker PC, Northwestern Technological Institute, Green Lantern Pizza, The Pins Bowling Center in South Lyon, Impact North in Ortonville, Vitamin Shop in Auburn Hills, Legacy Family Dental Center in Dearborn, 350 Terrace, and Hodges Subaru. Local business endorsements go to Cherry Capital Communications in Elk Rapids, K&L Creations in Manton, Upriver Pizza in Benzonia, Glen Arbor Construction, Freshwater Auto Spa in Kalkaska, Kingsley Lumber, Boyne Golf, The Outsider in Manistee, the Silver Dollar Pub and Grill in Roscommon, Toy Town of Cadillac and Reed City, the Landing Zone in Gaylord, the VI Grill in Suttons Bay, West Michigan Massage Therapist Emmeline. Visit ZenWem.com, the B4 Foundation in Ithaca, Wexford Community Credit Union in Cadillac and Lake City, Jay's Sporting Goods in Gaylord and Clare, the Front Porch in Suttons Bay, Trout Town Tavern and Eatery in Kalkaska, the El Cilantro Taco Shop in Petoskey, Bay Mills Resort and Casino in Brinley, Fuel Up Nutrition in Clare, JNS Hamburg in Traverse City and Kingsley, United Food Service Solutions in Grand Ledge, Friendly Foodies in Alpena, the Asian Buffet in Cadillac and Traverse City, Luddington Meat Company, McBain Hardware, Vandry Home Furnishings in Cadillac, Houghton Lake, Big Rapids, and Traverse City, Pearl's New Orleans Kitchen in Elk Rapids, Rogers Food Center in Lake City, Everett, and Reed City, Herman Hiss and Company in Bay City, Fletcher's Pub and Texas Corners in Kalamazoo, the Michigan Theater of Jackson, Hooters in Saginaw, Anna's House in Grand Rapids, Coffee Beanery in Flushing, Merritt Speedway, Northport Pub and Grill, Northern Logistics, and Spicer's Boat City in Houghton Lake. Traverse City business endorsements go to Honest Eyes Optical, Northwoods LG Barbecue, Downtown Vacation Rentals, Vautrubel Leather, Rovi Grill in Dearborn, Old Mission Culture Company, Archer Contracting, Intrepid Cycling, Moomer's Homemade Ice Cream, TC Man Cave, K1 Speed, Play It Again Sports, Erica Nita of Traverse City Real Estate, Yen Yoga and Fitness inside the Delamar Resort on Front Street, Firefly Kitchen and Bars, Traverse City Fun Running, Bergstrom's Burgers, Margarita's Grill, Wellbeing with Catherine Palms, Traverse City Comfort Advisor by Comfort Center, Bayview Flooring, North Coast Golf Shop, Dockside Market, Anna Very Fine Foods, and Team Bob's Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Cadillac business endorsements go to Cadillac Grill, Cadillac Nutrition, Cadillac Horizon Books, Creative Embroidery, Michigan Coffee Company, Shaley Bear Creations, Pro Quality Cleaners, Raven Social, Wildflower Bakery, Northern Star Event Rentals, Primo's Barbecue, Wexford Jewelers, Evolve Yoga and Fitness, Chunky Bear Coffee Roasters, The Truck Stop, Cadillac Lofts Apartments, Bigelow Supply, The Food Mafia's Let's Roll With It Rolled Ice Cream, Evergreen Resort with Curly's Bar and Grill, Cheese Tanning Salon, 5-star real estate agent Stacy Zirkle, The Pine Sports Bar and Bowling Center, Pizza Plus, Chico's Taco House, Baldwin Family Healthcare, Blue Heron Cafe, The House of Hunan, Wexford Senior Care Center, Max Swings Indoor Golf, Beaner's Pizza, Cabernet Peaks, Burke's Waterfront Restaurant, the Cadillac Party Lounge, and the Sweet Shop. Lake City business endorsements go to Cuts by Melanie, the Pearson Agency, the LC Tap House, Hutchinson Septic and Excavating, the Coffee Cup, It's a Denise Jewelry, To the Moon Bakery, Northern Auto Lab, Hammer's Pub and Grub, Shoreline Cafe, Rustic Hog Barbecue, Pancho Villa Mexican Grill, the AL Trading Post, and the Misaki Golf Club Golf Course.